Hi, this is Sandy, and I'm here with some more items from another crafter, Miss Crafty Girl 42. Her name is Kathy, and Shay had a 10-item challenge, and so she challenged. There were 4 of us that participated, that we would mail each other 10 items, and then we'd make something with the items. And these are the items that Kathy sent me, so I'm going to show those to you first, and then I'm going to make something. I did check in with Shay to make sure that I could add some extra paper to it, because I had an idea what I wanted to do, but I needed to have I needed an extra sheet of paper to figure out how to do it. So these are the 10 items that Kathy sent me. There's a scalloped circle and a little mason jar, a bird, a heart, a large flower, another flower. This is a die-cut doily. I'm thinking about using the white side, which is on the back. There's a banner. There was a mystery message, and inside the mystery message it says "Totally Awesome." I thought that was fun. There was a journaling card, and there was this arch die cut. And so I looked at this for a little bit, trying to decide what I wanted to do. And I kind of thought it would be fun to make it into a shaped booklet that you could open up and it would have like a pocket on the inside or something. But to do that, then I needed another piece of paper. So I went into my stash and I pulled out this piece of paper. And it's green on this side, and then it's got a red print on the other side. So I'm really thinking about doing it so that when I open the booklet up, you would have this green side and the back would be this pretty flower print. And then I'm thinking about using a strip off the side here to put a pocket in the inside, because I thought it'd be kind of fun to put a pocket where I could stick the mystery message in it, and then somebody could pull out the mystery message and look at it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll put away this envelope that she sent me. This was the note that Kathy sent. Sandy, here are your 10 pieces that I owe you for the Paper Crafting Club. Enjoy crafting with them, Kathy. So I'm looking forward to doing this, and I thought I'd bring you along for the crafting part. And I'm just getting me some distress ink out of my drawer, because I'd like to ink around the edges. So I think what I'm going to do to start with is I'm just going to cut it the size of the arch. And I'm thinking I may score the edge so that I can glue that edge together and it'll still fold open as a booklet. So this is kind of a create on the fly type of project. And it really makes the creative juices start working when you have to figure out, what am I going to put together? And it's been interesting and challenging at times, but then also interesting to see what we can put together. And I'm just going to square this off a little bit so that I don't have this part that I cut. This is a little trimmer that I bought. It works excellent with photos because it's a little over 4, like 4 1/4. And a 6-inch piece, which is what this is, will fit in there to cut. So it works nicely for photos, if you're cutting down photos or trimming them. And also for little scraps of paper. If you're working with a ATC card or Twinchy or something like that, or even a small journaling card. This is just takes up a lot less space on my table than my normal trimmer does. I also, when I was crafting in, a couple things you'll notice that I got when I was crafting in my RV. My husband worked out of town in Charlotte, North Carolina for 9 months during 23. And so I went and lived with him in our RV and really had a fun time doing it. We only came home about every 6 to 8 weeks. The company would fly us both home every 6 to 8 weeks. And he could come home every 3 to 4 if only he came home. So he talked to him and said, okay, if we only go every 6 to 8 weeks, will you pay for my wife's ticket too, so that we can both go home together, and you're spending the same money you would if I flew home every 3 to 4 weeks? And they agreed and said, yes, that'd be okay. So that's what we did. We just flew home every 6 to 8 weeks. And we're just basically home for about a weekend. But anyway, it was nice to see our family and everything. But in that process, I bought some small things because in the RV, I have a small table. You know, storage is always at a premium when you're living, even though it's a 40-foot RV, still space is a premium. So this scoreboard was one of the things I got. This little trimmer was one of the things I got. I also got a portable die cut machine that I could take with me that folded up, because I had one of the big shots and it doesn't fold up and it takes up a large amount of space. So this little scoreboard was, so now you know probably more information than what you want to know. But anyway, I love these small tools. Even now that I'm home and I can use my big things, I still am enjoying. I'm trying to decide how much of a fold I want to make on this. I think I'll do it right here. Get them lined up so the fold is the same. I don't really need a big fold, and I don't want to take up a lot of the space that I can use to craft with, but I need enough that I can glue that together and have a fold. This also came with the handy little type of bone folder on it that just stays with it really easy. So I'm going to try folding that. Sometimes with a smaller fold, it's a little harder than if you've got a bigger fold. Okay, let's try gluing those together. I hope I'm staying in frame because I kind of forget when I get to crafting. Gonna glue this side together. Okay, I think that's going to work very well. For that, I'm using art glitter glue in a little plastic bottle. And what I'm thinking about is, on one of these pages, doing the little pocket, and I want to use the other side so that it goes along with both of the pages, but it gives a little bit of decoration too. So I think that's what I want to do. And it looks like I need about 4 inches for that pocket. So get my little trimmer again. And I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. I got a cute little scrap I can use for something. And that looks like that fits pretty well on there. Might need to trim just a little bit off of the edge. But I think I'm going to glue it down and put the glue on this. Try to judge how far up to put the glue. And same on this side then. Try to kind of guess where that glue needs to go. But that way I don't have it coming off the glue off the side if I glue the bottom piece rather than this pocket piece. Yeah, I got a nice little pocket there. And I'm just going to trim off this little bit that hung over. There we go. Now I was thinking that the mystery message would work really well in there. Then you've got a surprise there. I think I might put the journaling spot on the inside like this, but I'm going to do the cover first so that I can decide what I may or may not want to use on the cover, and then the rest I'll use on the inside. So I thought this birdie would look kind of cute on this piece. But I think I want to ink them so that they stand, so that this scallop piece stands up a little bit more. I don't know, I'll try different things. The birdie looks kind of cute with the flower too, actually. Give the birdie a place to be. I'm not very good at layering. It's something I'm practicing. Try to figure out how to layer things, because it's just not something that I feel like I'm very good about it. And I take some classes with some teachers that do a lot of layering, and they're really good at taking like the stickers off of a sticker pack or something and just finding really cute ways to layer them. And I'm trying to learn from them and get better. I don't know, I really wanted the birdie on the front. So let's just try different combinations till I come up with something I like. Okay, maybe the doily behind it. The jar. Birdie's a little bigger than the jar, but I don't know that that matters. Well, I wish I could ask you what you like, but I'm not on a live. Originally thought I might do the birdie on the scallop. I like the way it stands out on this paper, but it's still, I don't think it's really big enough for the birdie. And I like this big flower for part of the decoration for the front. I kind of like that. I don't know, several of the combinations would have worked, but I'm going to ink around the edge. This is tea dye distress ink. I'm going to ink around the edge of this scallop so that it'll show up a little better on that white doily. I think the white doily works better for me than the red. although that's not bad. I just think it stands out a little more using the white side instead of the red side. So we'll see how this looks when I put this on the ink on it. Oh, that definitely helps it to stand out. Okay, I'm going to commit to that. I don't want to take all day trying to make up my mind about what to do. I tend to overthink things. So this project is one of those where I'm probably going to overthink it too. Maybe if I ink around the edge of the birdie, it'll stand out a little bit more around that, off that. Just kind of ink around his edges. The feet are going to be kind of a challenge. So I think I'll just kind of ink over the top of them. Makes his feet a different color than the rest of them, but that's okay because birdies have different colors on them. That does help him to stand out on that. So I'm going to use that on top of this. I'm thinking that when I finish putting the things that Kathy sent me in this, then I may come back and put some washi tape or something around, across the bottom, or some lace or something like that. But I'm going to start just working with the items other than that one piece of paper, working with the items that Kathy sent me. You know, that kind of makes me think of a window. If I put that up a little higher. I think I'll do that, put it up a little higher. And I didn't glue it all the way down in case I decide to stick something underneath it. So on the inside, I have my little pocket. Thinking about putting the journaling. I think maybe I'll put the flower up there. Put the journaling on this side. Sorry, I was putting glue on it. Got out of frame. Put the flower up here. I like that. Maybe put I kind of like the looks of that. The journaling card and that flower up there. Got the little jar. And I've got a banner and a heart. I'd make kind of a cute decoration on this side right here. Kind of think I like those things, but I think I'm going to do a little bit more inking on, see if I can ink the edge of this flower. I got a new puppy about 2 weeks ago. We had to put my puppy down, my dog, she was 10 years old, put my dog down a year ago. And we'd been doing a lot of traveling, and so we chose not to get another pet for a while. But I've been having some back issues, and I'm going to have to be around home for a while. May have to have surgery. Anyway, so my husband said, I think we should get another dog because I really have missed it. But I thought, well, it's easier for traveling to not have to worry about a pet and everything. And so he said, well, we're going to be home for a while. We won't be able to do the traveling and stuff, so I think we should get one. So 2 weeks ago, we went and picked up a puppy out of Wisconsin from the breeder. It was a lady who, just a lady. She's not a big breeder. She just has one dog, and she bred her dog and then had puppies from her dog. And so we got a new puppy. But I started that whole conversation to say that now my crafting, I can't craft as long at one time as I used to, because I try to do it during the time that my puppy naps, so that she's not whining at me or getting into things. I feel like I need to keep an eye on her because she is a new puppy and we're still house training her. And so I can't necessarily just come up here and craft for however long I want to. So it's a little bit like having a new baby in the house, although my 3 sons are all in their 40s now. But I was talking to my husband and I said, you know, the difference between a new puppy and a new baby is you can lay a baby down in their bed to nap, and a new puppy doesn't stay put very well. And so I bought a little puppy playpen that I could put her in so she could nap while I crafted. And there's a door that has a zipper on it, and then there's a zipper on the top so that you could, and I'd been putting her in and out through the zipper on the top. But the other day, she realized that she could scratch at it and move the zipper enough to get out. She's not very big. She's only about 4 pounds. At the present time, she's 4 months old. So I thought, okay, that's not going to keep her contained very well anymore. Now that she knows that she can play with it and get the zipper to come move enough that she can get out. So I'm trying to craft while she has nap time. I love her to pieces, but I've had to adjust my schedule, just like you do when you have a new baby in your house. And I will find a phrase or something to put on this banner. But for now, I want to make sure that I just am able to get it done with the things that Kathy sent me and show that before I start adding a bunch of other stuff to it. Okay, I think I have used, and I have the back of it that you could do something on. But now I've got this little booklet, and you could stick other things in this little pocket. Got a little booklet with a journaling spot for a note or whatever. You could put something else. I'm thinking some little flowers or something on the mason jar. You can even put maybe another flower right on that corner there to tie the two together. Put a phrase on the banner. But this is it, as it is with the 10 things that Kathy sent me, and then with the page that 6x6 sheet of paper that I added to it. So Kathy, thank you. It was fun to challenge myself and see what I could put together. And Shay, thank you for starting this challenge. I'll put the description for both of their channels in the description box so that you can see. And I'll probably work on this some more later, but for now the video's getting kind of long, so I'm going to stop. And thank you for watching.